So welcome to the broadcast. My name is Dr. Ava Egu Brown, and tonight I want to do the content around how we need to find our writing voice, our unique writing voice. 7 ways of finding our unique writing voice. It is so fundamentally important that we find our voices when we are writing as a writer. So for those of us who don't know me, I'm a book, life, and business strategist. My own book is called The Mango Girl, which is in Barnes and Nobles. It is in Waterstones, and it's also found in Walmart in the US. And I'm so excited about that. But it's also on Amazon, and you can get that signed copies from me as well. So tonight we're going to talk about 7 ways to find your unique voice. Now, as a writer or a budding writer, it's your unique voice. Your writing voice is going to keep your readers coming back for more. It is what makes you stand out from other writers, what connects you to your readers, and how we express to our readers what we're all about. So readers get to know us from our voice. The best writing voices make it seem so effortless, guys, like they sat across from you drinking coffee. That's how it should feel. Their voices are clear, concise, and they're really friendly, almost like the girl or boy next door. Now, whether you're writing a fiction or your creative nonfiction, including your blogs and your copy, and even if you're writing a newspaper article or you're doing a live like this, you shouldn't try to sound too academic or verbose, right? While these traits are fine in corporate or academic fields of life, they are the opposite of what your readers want to hear. Your readers want to connect with you. They're looking to get to know you. They're looking to understand who you are. They're looking to have a relationship with you. And so they are not interested in hearing you sound too verbose and too worded and academic. And so, they want you to be very friendly and connecting, right? So how do you get to the point where your writing does not sound like you are rehearsed and you are mundane, right? So the first thing I want to say is just write. Yes, it sounds hard. It really is that simple. You don't get any better at playing the violin without practicing it, or the keyboard. You don't become a safer driver than practicing. You don't become a safer hiker than practicing. And according to Malcolm Gladwell in Outliers, it takes 10,000 hours or 10 years to become the best at your craft. It takes 10 years. So I still have a long way to go. Some studies dispute this, but his suggestions still stand that you won't get better without practice. And I don't care what you say. They say practice makes perfect. My Jamaican mother would tell me, practice the cleaning the floor until you get it right. So there's something to be said about practice. That's the first thing, just right. The second thing is show your writing to others. When I coach my clients, I consistently tell them, don't be afraid to get early feedback. If you write inside a bubble, it's difficult to learn what you're doing right or wrong. And while writing is subjective, means it is yours, it's personal to you, there are some rules on the style, the content, the expectation from certain genre, etc. You know this. Writing in the third person, if you're writing a biography and memo and something autobiographical, until you know these rules, you cannot subvert or challenge them. So you need to have feedback from others about that which you are writing about. And so for those of us who want to write in isolation, and for those of us who don't want to share, you are doing yourself a disservice. The people you show your writing to makes all the difference in the world. Showing them to your friends and family is great because they love you, right? And they're not going to put on the ego and try to pat you on the back and lie to you. They're going to show you the outside in. They're going to be comfortably to be honest with you. And they are going to say, look, this is what you need. If you don't want to show your friends and family, join a writing group, right? Get a professional editor. Find somebody who is going to give you early feedback. I always encourage early feedback. I always encourage you guys to show up and get feedback on it Read, read, read. I'm so annoyed at how many people want to be writers, but they do not want to read. Half of them do not read. I continue to bark about it. Reading, guys, it is so important because you're trying to write. The most important thing you can do as a new writer or a budding writer is to read. Make sure you are reading. Think about what your favorite author is. What do they do that connects you to their writing? The most important thing we need to do is to make sure that we understand, how does their writing make us feel? You know, I love Maya Angelou, and she said, I've learned that people will forget what you said, but they'll never forget what you did. But people will forget how you make them feel. How do you make your readers feel? Whether you're not somebody who's been writing for a long time, or you've just started writing, or you've written forever, it doesn't matter. The rule still applies. I'm currently in the middle of reading a book right now that is appealing to me in so many ways that you wouldn't even believe it. I don't share it publicly because something I just for me, but make sure that it's the way you put the words together on the page that allows people to make a connection. Oh my God, I'm gonna post this in the group right now because I feel that somebody needs to see this in bold writing. I'm gonna put this here. It is the way you put the words on the paper that connects you to your readers. Let me repeat that. It is the way you put your words on paper that connects you to the reader. Stop trying to write when you have not decided that you are going to read. How do you become a good writer if you are not practicing reading? Reading is so fundamentally important. So please start reading. And so many of you are writing, but you are not reading anything. You are afraid to read other people's stuff. And you just want to jump on the bandwagon and say, I am going to start writing. Readers are good writers. So if you are not reading, you're not going to make an excellent writer. I can't say that enough. Read, read, read. The third thing I want to point out to you, because I have to run, is to experiment with different styles, right? Don't just write inside your comfort zone. Write in different genres. So for different audiences in different medium, write as many different things as possible that you can. As soon as you think you're about it, write it. So I would say to you, be creative and nonfiction about the topic that's close to your heart. Be limerick, be factual, be repetitive, do poems and satire and stand-up comedy and, spoken word and political speech and recipes. Do different styles of writing to test how you write and how you sound. It is important to hear how you sound. So try that. It is especially worthy, right, to make sure that you practice this. Some suggestions of audiences to challenge yourself: children fiction, young adult fiction, they're very critical, romantic fiction, epic fantasy, left-wing newspaper audiences, right-wing, and understand that you are practicing. Decide why you want to write is my next point. Why did you want to write? Think about it. What made you come into this? Why do you want to write? Is it to have an impact? Is it a hobby? Do you want to inform people about something, motivate some people, inspire some people, educate some people, tell a story? Decide on the combination that you want and understand why you are writing in the first place. Make a list of who you want to touch, why you want to touch them, and how you're going to stand out, right? Even as a fictional writer, you can still motivate, inspire, educate, and offer commentary on political landscape. Number 6, I think, is to know your audience. Like, I have never, ever tried to even stress this more than I have stressed this in this group. Know the audience. Who are you writing for? Do your avatar. Your writing avatar is important. Who are you writing for? Is it women? Is it children? Is it gay? Is it lesbian? Is it transgender? Is it pastors? Is it Christian? Is it domestic violence? Who is your target audience? It is so fundamental to know this, because when you start marketing your book, you have to know who you're going to market to. So who are you writing for? Are you writing just for yourself? For your loved ones? Be as specific about your target audience as you possibly can be. Create a fake profile if you have to. Create an avatar. If you're creating a character in the story, you need to have the avatar. Use this persona. So create John or Jane or Jennifer and literally refer back to them when you get stuck. Because when you are focused on who you're writing for, that is very important. The last bit I want to leave with you about the 7 principles of writing and finding a unique voice is that you just need to be yourself. It sounds so obvious and so cliche, but it's true. But being yourself isn't an easy way, and it's not as easy as it sounds for some people. Sometimes we don't even know who we are, right? We can spend our whole life trying to find who we are, and then here's Ava telling you to just be yourself when you're writing. It's simple. Trust me, be honest. Just be yourself. I come on Facebook and I talk really fast, and I'm very conscious of it. And some people might think, oh my God, she speaks so quickly, because I do. But at the same time, I'm cognizant that although I speak this quickly, I'm just being myself. So you listen too slowly. That is my excuse, right? But just be yourself. Just stand in your authentic power and be yourself. Readers are not dumb. They can tell when you are not being honest with them or you're hiding things from them. And I just want to wrap up by saying that as well as being yourself, just do it. Just do a Nike and just do it. Stop trying to figure it out and overcomplicate it. Just do it. And those are my 7 tips for writing. I'm going to recap them real quickly. The first one is very simple, is literally just write. The next one is to show your writing to others. Read, 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 and more read. I can't stress it. Experiment with different writing styles. I think that's just so important. Decide on why you want to write. Know your audience and just be yourself. It's Dr. Ava Eagle Brown. I really hope that was useful to somebody. I invite you to join the book group, to join my masterclass, to come and to have a one-to-one session. I'd love to hear from you about how I can help, how I can help to guide you and channel you and help you focus and find your writing journey. And until then, I will see you soon.